To begin our drawing, we are going to write our name in class code, and then we're going to use a black quick stick to create a still life image. Our still life image is inspired by Vincent van Gogh and his sunflower pictures, as well as his Starry Night painting. So to begin, we're going to start by drawing the vase for our still life. We're going to draw the opening, the neck, and then we're going to draw the body of our vase and close it off at the bottom. Then we're going to use 3 different kinds of lines, and we're going to create a pattern on our vase. I chose a wavy line, a horizontal line, and a zigzag line. Next, we're going to add in the table where our vase is sitting. And we're not going to put it at the very bottom. We're going to put our lines off to the side of the body of our vase. Then using our quick stick, we're going to add a variety of kind of little squiggle lines to show that our table is maybe a wood table. It's got some texture to it. So we're adding that on as a visual texture. We're going to add 3 flowers that are sitting in our vase, and our flowers are going to be sunflowers. So I draw my 3 circles, and then I'm going to draw my petals around. To draw a petal, I make a curved line for the point, and then I come back to the center of my flower, but it doesn't connect. And you'll notice as I make each flower, I rotate my paper. This is to help make my petals be the same as they go around my flower. Makes it a little easier if every time you draw a petal, you're always drawing the same petal repeated, just in a different spot. After that, we're going to put in the stems for our flower, and there you go. There is our still life image. That our quick stick is dry, we're going to use watercolors to add color for our still life painting. Every time you are ready to use a color, you're going to take a clean wet brush and gently swirl it into the color that you're ready to use, creating a small puddle of color. Then for each time that you're using it, you just dip your paintbrush in and begin painting. For every new color, please make sure that you rinse out your paintbrush. We're going to be painting the table, the vase, and the flowers using our watercolor. If you're trying to paint with your watercolor and the color is not moving around very much, you need to add more water. Okay, for the very last step of our picture, we're going to take our vase that we've painted here, and we're going to do something to the background that's going to look similar to this. This is one that I did in my sketchbook. I used markers. We're going to continue to use our watercolors, but we're going to make our background look similar to Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. We don't have to have it filled in this much, but we're going to use our green, blue, and purple to kind of add some different types of lines to show movement in the sky, like Vincent van Gogh did in Starry Night. So for our background, I'm going to take my clean, wet paintbrush, and I'm going to start with green, and I'm just going to gently put that water in there, kind of wake that color up, make a little tiny puddle. Okay, so I've got some green here on the end of my brush, and I'm just going to kind of make some lines on my background like this. If it starts to get to where my color's not moving or showing up anymore, I'm going to grab just a little bit more color, and I'm going to make it look like this is coming across. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to kind of continue this over. You can have some white space in between your lines. It's all right. Okay, so there's my green. Maybe I'll even add just a little bit of green up here. When I dip my paintbrush in, I am just dipping the very tip of my bristles. Just want a little bit. If I've got a good puddle of color in there, I don't need a lot on my brush. Okay, there's my green. Now I'm going to rinse off my brush, and I'm going to do the same thing with some purple this time. I'm going to put my water my clean wet paintbrush. I'm going to put some water in my purple, wake it up, get just the very tip of my bristles, and we're going to add in some purple coming across. There we go, just like that. Okay, and just like we did with our green, we're going to kind of pick up those lines and colors over here. Get some of those little hidey spaces in between my petals. But I'm not trying to color over the top of my flowers. I'm taking my time and I'm being very careful with my brush, as careful as I can. And I'm trying not to overlap my colors either, because I want to be able to see each color. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then maybe I'll put a little bit of purple down here. Starting to look like Vincent van Gogh Starry Night for sure. Okay, I like that purple. I'm going to rinse off my brush and I'm going to wake up my blue. So I'm going to add a little bit of the clean water. Make a little bit of a puddle there. Okay, I've got some blue on the end of my brush. And I'm going to fill in any leftover white space with my blue. I feel a little bit like Vincent van Gogh, like I'm trying to show that movement that's happening behind my flowers. Maybe the wind is blowing, just like it did in Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. Okay, and I've got just a little bit up here that's hiding, so I'm going to add just a little bit of the blue up there. Okay, and there we go. There is my Vincent van Gogh inspired vase of sunflowers.